We've all been there, right? You get frustrated because you forget something moments after you learned it.
Yeah.
Or maybe you see someone who seems to just soak up information like magic.
It's a really common experience, almost universal, I'd say.
Yeah.
But what if we told you there are proven strategies, real insights from cognitive science that can actually change how you learn and remember things?
And that's exactly what we're doing in this deep dive. We've pulled together a whole stack of fascinating sources, articles on rapid learning, detailed research on memory, how your brain actually works.
Our mission today basically is to give you a shortcut, a way to get really well informed on maximizing your brain's potential.
Yeah, packed with surprising facts, practical takeaways.
Exactly. Help you learn faster, remember more effectively. So let's dive in, shall we?
Okay, first up, let's talk about the why.
Yeah.
Why is developing these rapid learning skills so, crucial today? What are the big payoffs for you?
Well, beyond just doing well in school or your job, it's really about efficiency.
Efficiency, okay.
Yeah, these skills let you acquire information without wasting, precious time or effort. Imagine absorbing what you need quickly, deeply, really making it stick. And in a world that's constantly changing, rapid learning helps you keep pace. New tech, new work methods.
You need to adapt constantly.
Right, it significantly boosts your professional success, your standing in a competitive job market. It really does.
So it's not just about climbing the ladder, it's also about how you feel, right? That internal stuff.
Oh, absolutely. It enhances your self-confidence, gives you that real sense of accomplishment when you master something new. And that fuels growth, personal and professional. It even sharpens your problem solving, your analytical thinking. It makes learning feel, less like a chore and more enjoyable, tied to your goals.
So we're talking about a smart, guided path, not just, cramming the night before.
Exactly. Forget random cramming. This is strategic.
This sounds amazing, truly. But where do we even start? It feels like such a big topic, learning faster.
The absolute first step, and honestly, it's the cornerstone. You have to clearly define your goal.
Okay, the goal.
Yeah. Without knowing what you want to achieve, it's like walking without a compass. You just wander.
Yeah.
A clear goal does a few things. It helps you pick the right sources, cuts down on the mental clutter and distraction.
Right. Focus.
And maybe most importantly, it gives you strong motivation, a real reason to keep going when it gets tough.
And I guess it makes the whole thing feel less huge, less overwhelming. If you know the target.
Exactly that. You can break it down. Clear, measurable steps.
Right.
So you can see your progress. It gives you direction, stops you from quitting at the first hurdle. And it helps you check if your strategies are actually working,
Makes sense.
It connects what you're learning to what you genuinely need. And it doesn't have to be some massive ambition either, just specific, clear, achievable.
Okay, so we've got our goal, our compass is set. What's next? How do we actually learn better, retain more?
Okay, this is where it gets really interesting, the science bit. Your brain, it has this incredible ability to change and grow every single day, even as we get older.
That's neuroplasticity, right?
That's neuroplasticity, exactly. Your memory isn't fixed like a filing cabinet. It's malleable. It can improve with training, with learning. So to really tap into that, you need to actively engage your brain. Passivity is the enemy here.
Okay, active engagement, like what?
Well, one of the most effective methods is learning by practice. Immediately doing what you learn.
Okay. Not just reading about it.
Right. It solidifies theory into actual skill. Think about reading a guitar manual versus actually picking up the guitar and trying to play a chord. Huge difference.
Yeah, that makes total sense. Muscle memory, almost, but for the brain. What else? While we're in the learning phase.
Another really powerful strategy is self-questioning.
Questioning yourself.
Yeah. When you see new information, constantly ask, what does this mean? How can I use it? How does it connect to what I already know? It really stimulates critical thinking. It forces you to go deeper than just surface level understanding. And here's one that might surprise you, but it's incredibly effective. Teaching others.
Oh yeah, why is that?
Because when you explain something to someone else, you have to organize your thoughts, simplify it, really own the material.
Right, you can't fake it then.
Exactly. You often find the gaps in your own understanding that way. It forces you to consolidate.
Okay, now this is where it gets really interesting for me. What about those, memory champion tricks?
Yeah.
Mnemonics and stuff. Do they actually work for everyday learning?
Oh, absolutely. They're not just tricks, they're powerful tools. Mnemonics, things like acronyms, abbreviations, songs, rhymes.
Like ROYG, BIV for the rainbow colors?
Precisely. They organize and simplify complex information. They give your brain hooks to hang the information on, making it way easier to store and recall. And another big one is chunking, learning by segmentation.
Chunking?
Yeah, breaking large amounts of info into smaller, manageable groups. That's why phone numbers are grouped, right? 555, then 637, then 8299.
Okay. Instead of one long string of numbers.
Exactly. 10 digits straight is tough. 3 smaller chunks. Much easier. It drastically reduces the load on your working memory. That's your brain's active processing space.
Right, that mental workspace. What about that mind palace thing I've heard about? Is that real?
Very real. It's called the method of loci, OLO, or mind palace. Ancient technique used by memory champs all the time.
How does it work, basically?
You create a vivid place in your mind, your house, a familiar route, whatever. Then you mentally place the things you want to remember in specific locations along that route or in that place.
So you walk through in your mind to remember.
Exactly. To recall, you just mentally walk through your palace and see the items where you left them. It turns abstract data into strong visual and spatial cues.
Very powerful. And speaking of senses,
Yeah.
try to use all of them. Don't just look at information.
How do you mean? Related to colors, tastes, smells, sounds, textures. Maybe link the first letter of someone's name to the color shirt they wore when you met. The more sensory hooks, the better the memory sticks.
That's fascinating. So what does this mean for someone who learns visually? Are there specific tools?
Oh, definitely. For visual learners, mind maps and diagrams are fantastic.
Right.
They organize info visually, tapping right into your visual memory, helping your brain connect ideas. Actually, making the mind map is key. Some studies even show digital mind map tools can boost retention by up to 40%. And one more crucial strategy, backed by a ton of science, space repetition.
Reviewing things over time.
Yeah, but strategically. Reviewing information at increasing intervals, not cramming it all at once, then forgetting.
Oh?
Apps like Anki or Quizlet are built on this. Research suggests it really locks info into long-term memory, can boost recall rates massively, maybe up to 80%.
It's clear that effective learning isn't just about study tricks, is it? Our whole lifestyle seems to play a massive role.
Yeah.
Our brain health.
You're absolutely right. It's all connected. It's about supporting that neuroplasticity we mentioned, nourishing your body and your mind.
So where do we start with that?
Sleep. It's just paramount, non-negotiable, really.
Why is it so critical for memory?
Because your brain is incredibly active while you sleep, it's consolidating memories, filing things away. If you disrupt that, well, you disrupt memory formation.
How much do we need?
Most adults need 7 to 9 hours. Quality sleep, regularly. And crucially, avoid bright screens, phones, tablets for at least 30 minutes before bed.
The blue light issue.
Exactly. It messes with your melatonin, your sleep-wake cycle, and it can actually hinder the brain's nightly cleanup process, affecting memory.
So good sleep hygiene. Got it. What else?
Nutrition, hugely important. Diets like the Mediterranean, DHH, or MIND diets, they're all linked to better brain function.
What do they have in common?
Lots of plant-based foods, leafy greens, berries are great, whole grains, legumes, nuts, lean protein, and healthy fats like olive oil and especially fatty fish.
Omega-3s.
Yes. Salmon, sardines, packed with omega-3s. They are essential building blocks for brain cells, critical for learning and memory.
And what should we limit?
Things like sugar, processed foods, lots of butter, red meat, fried stuff, too much salt, cheese. They can cause inflammation, which isn't good for brain health long term.
Makes sense. Okay, what about stress? That feels like a major memory killer for me personally.
It absolutely is. When you're stressed, your body pumps out cortisol.
This stress hormone.
Right. And studies show it significantly impairs memory processes, especially retrieving long-term memories. Plus, it just makes it hard to focus and learn new things in the first place.
Now, how do we combat that?
Things like meditation, mindfulness, even just spending time in nature. They help manage stress, improve focus, boost working memory. Believe it or not, even having indoor plants around might help working memory.
Really? Indoor plants?
Research suggests so. And don't underestimate connection, social connection.
How did that fit in?
Humans are social beings. A strong support system, daily social interactions. They're vital for cognitive health, emotional well-being. Being socially active is linked to better cognitive performance overall.
Okay, so even with all these great strategies, sleep, diet, mnemonics, sometimes I can't focus. Or things slip away really fast. What might be going on there?
Yeah, that's a common frustration. difficulty focusing, rapid forgetting. It can stem from several things we've touched on: chronic stress, not enough sleep, an unbalanced diet.
Right.
Sometimes it can be more specific, like a severe vitamin B12 deficiency or hypothyroidism. Those can directly impact memory and cognitive function. And for some people, there might be underlying learning difficulties, often linked to issues with working memory.
That mental workspace again.
Exactly. It's not just short-term storage, it's where you actively process information. Essential for complex things like understanding language, math, following instructions, a deficit there can really cause struggles.
So how would someone know if it's just normal forgetfulness or maybe something more they should look into?
Well, there are actually scientifically validated memory tests available now, things like visual episodic memory tests.
Okay.
They can help with early detection of potential problems. They're often simple, quick tests you can even do online or with an app. They give you objective data to understand your brain health, maybe to bring up with your doctor.
That's really good to know. What about just boosting focus on a daily basis? Any techniques for that?
Definitely. For concentration, try the Pomodoro technique.
The timer thing?
Yeah. Work intensely for, say, 25 minutes, then take a short 5-minute break. Repeat. It trains your brain to focus in sprints. Also, practice digital isolation.
Turn off notifications.
Yes. Turn off unnecessary ones. Every little ping pulls your focus away. And here's a counterintuitive one. Resist reaching for Google or GPS immediately.
That's hard.
I know. But try to retrieve the information from your own memory first, or try navigating without constant directions. That struggle actually reinforces neural pathways. It improves recall and spatial memory.
Interesting. So challenge the brain a bit more. And you mentioned staying busy helps.
Yes, but in a specific way. A busy schedule filled with varied, engaging activities is linked to better cognitive function, processing speed, memory.
So not just busy work.
Right. Novelty helps. Try visiting somewhere new. Exploration and wayfinding are great for spatial memory. Oh, and stay organized.
How does organization help memory?
Your brain likes structure, and actually manually writing out checklists or notes, that physical act engages motor memory and increases the chance you'll remember it compared to just typing it.
Wow, this has been incredibly insightful. It really feels like learning isn't just about stuffing facts in our heads. It's more like actively sculpting our brains.
That's a great way to put it. It's about cultivating a growth mindset, truly believing you can change and develop throughout your life. That belief alone is powerful.
And putting it into practice.
Absolutely critical, practical application. If you learn something, practice it immediately. Don't just study painting theory. Pick up a brush. Knowledge without action is, well, it's much less effective. Action is where innovation happens too.
So for everyone listening, wanting to integrate all this,
Yeah.
what's a good starting point? How can they make this part of their daily life?
Think about consistency. Maybe start with one or two things, like reviewing content periodically, spaced repetition, or making a habit of summarizing what you learn in your own words.
Making it your own.
Exactly. Use critical thinking, question concepts, analyze them, and don't be afraid to ask questions when you're unsure. Seriously, it's a sign of strength, not weakness.
Yeah.
It's how you gain deeper knowledge. Even your career and hobbies matter. A job that encourages continuous learning is fantastic for your brain. And actively learning new hobbies, a sport, knitting, reading challenging books, it constantly stimulates your brain, keeps it agile, reduces the risk of decline.
That's all the time we have for this deep dive into rapid learning and memory enhancement.
We covered a lot, didn't we? From setting goals and harnessing neuroplasticity with things like mind palaces and spaced repetition, to the huge role of lifestyle, sleep, nutrition, stress, even your social life. It all impacts how your brain works.
And remember, becoming a better learner, building a stronger memory. It's a journey, right? It takes consistent effort, consciously applying these strategies.
Absolutely. And maybe we can leave you with this thought. In a world changing so fast, demanding new skills all the time, if you actively work on your learning and memory, how could that fundamentally change your ability to adapt, to innovate, to really thrive?
We encourage you, pick just one strategy we talked about today. Maybe try the Pomodoro technique tomorrow, or download a spaced repetition app. Just try one thing this week, see what happens. Until next time.